Good people, what is going on? Another episode of the Augo Podcast. I'm your host, Desmond. Thank you for tuning in. Would you like to start a business? Would you like to start a low-cost business? Would you like to start a digital business? Well, hit the link in the description to go to PLR Epic, where you could purchase 104 ebooks for $8. Repurpose those ebooks any way that you'd like, resell them, and keep 100% of the profits. Sounds like a pretty darn good deal to me. So hit the link in the description and go get those today. Want to talk about Shedeur Sanders is going to be starting on Friday, which is just 2 days away, for the Cleveland Browns in their first preseason game. I think there's good and bad in this. The interesting part and the part that's just unique. Well, first let me say this. Cleveland Browns are putting on a masterclass of how not to develop a quarterback. Doing a great job, guys. So let's start here. As a quarterback, you have a special relationship with your center, the one that you've been working with all throughout training camp. Shedeur hasn't taken any snaps with the first team offense, which means he hasn't gotten any snaps from the first team center. I don't even know who it is. But when you're a quarterback and a center, you've got a very unique and very close relationship. Number one, they are the two guys who are communicating protections, blitzes, really everything that goes on happens on the field with center and quarterback. Number two, that hand placement. When you're under center, there are certain centers like your hand to be at a certain place. Like as a quarterback, your hand's going to be in the center's butt. It just is what it is. If you watch football, you know that. But there's different places where you can put your hand that the center does like or doesn't like based on where he snaps the ball. Some centers snap it a little bit off to the left. Some are right down the middle. Some are a little bit to the right, depending on if he's right-handed or not. Same thing with shotgun snaps as well. Some centers like to rifle it back. Some throw the dead ball where the ball just doesn't move and just goes right back. So there's just a lot of variance to it, right? Where he snaps it, right? Joe Flacco is what, 6'5", 6'6"? He's huge. So a snap to Joe Flacco's waist might be, Shedeur would be shorter, so it'd be a little higher for Shedeur. Who knows what these guys like? But the point is, they have no reps together. They have no work together, and and it just seems odd to me that he would start with the ones and he hasn't taken any snaps. Number three, whatever number one. Throwing to Jerry Jeudy and the first round and the ones is very different as far as timing goes. He's used to throwing against the guys who are the second guys on the depth chart, the third guys on the depth chart. So it's very different timing wise. Jerry Jeudy, I'd imagine, is the fastest receiver on the team. So he's going to get to, a 10-yard out quicker than the second string wide receiver. The tight end might run a hook at 8 yards if he's the starter. Well, maybe the backup runs it at 10. There's just a lot that goes into it. And man, the Cleveland Browns, dysfunction just does not, it's not easily, you can't just wash it off. You have to actively do a whole lot to get rid of it. And the Browns are doing nothing to get rid of dysfunction. I'm glad Shedeur is going to get a chance to start and play. By the training camp stats that people have been keeping, which I guess good and bad. I mean, if you're just flatly not completing passes in training camp, that is a problem. But the difference of 70% in camp versus 60%, it's you just don't know. There's just a lot of unknown to it. But I'm glad he's getting a chance and an opportunity, because I thought from day one he was going to be better than Dillon Gabriel. I mean, Dillon Gabriel is a tiny human being, tiny. So that's not that. I mean, we all knew that wasn't going to work, right? And then you Kenny Pickett's on the team. I don't understand it at all. I don't understand any of it. I do understand bringing in Joe Flacco. He was terrific when he came in. Gosh, that was 2 years ago. But he was terrific. Got him to the playoffs. Throwing deep bombs, throwing a lot of picks too. But I get it. I get why they brought him back in. But the Kenny Pickett thing, I didn't understand that. And I didn't understand the Dylan Gabriel draft pick. But this is not how you work with a quarterback. This is not it. I hope Shedeur just takes advantage of the situation, the scenario. You know, the interesting part is for Shedeur, some of the like on Friday, some of the incompletions may not be a bad thing, because as I mentioned with the whole timing thing, like you can't wait for guys to get open. You got to anticipate them getting open. So if they run a play like a 12-yard out, for example, and on Shedeur, if it's catch, 1, 2, 3 throw, you've got to do it on time, even if that guy is not ready at that point. You've got to be on time. You got to control the controllables. Now, in the game, like in a real game, NFL game, only thing that matters is completions. That's it. But here, a lot of it's going to be timing, because you waiting on a guy might get you sacked, number one. But number two, that might, as coaches go through and they're grading the game film, they might dock you for that. They might say, and it's and here's the odd part, and I certainly hope this isn't it, but there is a potential where Shedeur, let's just say he throws 10 passes in a game, and let's say he's 7 for 10. There is going to be a path to coaches saying, oh yeah, no, he didn't play that well, like you guys saw on the stats, but he was late on, passes, he got the protection wrong, he got, there's just a lot on the back end and in the film room that we're not going to be privy to, that where they could easily say he's not playing well and just kind of keep him at number 4, and we don't have to worry about him at all this year. Now, I don't understand why you would do that if you're Stefanski, but I don't know, because you also, you've got the owner saying, no, the GM wanted those guys, wanted Shedeur, and it wasn't me, and so on and so forth. It's just been a mess. It's been an absolute mess. So it wouldn't surprise me if, Stefanski and them were just like, no, we want to be right. We're going to go with whoever. I mean, go with Dylan Gabriel, I guess, and lose every game. I just, Cleveland Browns, kudos to you on dysfunction. You guys are doing it wrong. Let me know your thoughts. That's it for me. Peace.